We have all heard the quote, "Fortune favors the bold," but how so? And if it's true, how does it actually work? In this episode, I am going to break down exactly why fortune does favor the bold. And I'm going to give you an example of how this is being demonstrated by a client of mine in real time. If your goal is to create bigger levels of results this year, this is the episode for you. Enjoy. Welcome to All In with Allie, the podcast for online business owners and entrepreneurs who are ready to create the life and business of their dreams. I'm so happy you are here. All right, fortune favors the bold. Let's break it down. This quote encourages people to be proactive and to not shy away from challenges. It originates from the Latin phrase that translates to fortune favors the daring. But what does this mean exactly? So let's actually break down the words, because this is how I personally find it helpful to really get to the root of something. Because fortune favors the bold, conceptually, we're like, yeah, we get it, right? Big moves equals big results, basically. But we can get more specific. And when you get more specific, when you really break it down, you understand there really is a formula to this. And more importantly, you understand why fortune does favor the bold. And what does bold actually mean? So if you understand, one, how it works, and you understand that, yes, it does actually work, and then you understand what these moves actually are, then we can reverse engineer and we can manipulate our results. We understand what kind of moves need to be made to create the level of results that we actually want to create. So fortune simply means chance or luck as an external force affecting human affairs. It also means large amounts of money or assets. So for our purposes, to me, fortune, yes, of course, means money. It can mean money. It usually does mean money. But, according to the definition too, it also talks about chance or luck in terms of what it is that you want to create. So fortune can also look like opportunities, look like being in the right place at the right time. It can look like an introduction to the right client, which all eventually lead to probably money. So that's what fortune means. Bold, which means of a person, action, or idea, is showing an ability to take risks, confident and courageous. So now that we know the literal definition of fortune and bold, let's now expound and get even more specific on the quote, fortune favors the bold. To me, we're going to say, let's just say it like three different ways, okay? This means, said another way, the results you seek are attracted to or prefer courageous risks. Said another way, taking calculated risks and being courageous can lead to positive outcomes. Said another way, luck or success is more likely to come to those who are brave and take risks. Now, this all sounds well and good. It sounds hot, it sounds sexy. We love it. There's a reason why this is such a popular quote. But it all sounds well and good until it's time to take said bold leap. If it were easy to be bold and courageous, we all would be billionaires and or completely free by now. But we aren't. As a matter of fact, very few of us are. And the reason why I think this is so is because, quote, leaping or taking risks and being courageous seems terrifying in the moment. Why? Because one, you don't know what's on the other side. Number two, you don't know if it will work. And number three, there is a chance it doesn't work and you lose out on something. So this quote isn't Fortune favors the easy, most logical, safe move. It's fortune favors the confident and courageous risk. Now, this is why sometimes you will hear stories, and you're actually going to hear one here in a bit, of people that are at maybe what they would consider a rock bottom, or what maybe somebody else would consider a rock bottom, who make a bold move and then change their lives seemingly overnight. Because taking risks sometimes is easier to do when you think that you have less to lose, and vice versa. This is why you see a lot of people plateau their growth, because risk can feel harder to take when you think that you have more to lose, right? This is why you see people maybe experience a level of growth or maybe skyrocket for a little bit and then end up plateaued or even going backwards. Because at different levels, to create different levels of results, right? That's what growth is, are different levels of results. So to create different levels of results, you are going to be required to move in accordance and move in alignment with the results that you want to create. You are going to get new opportunities to create new levels or make new levels of bold moves. So you'll see people skyrocket and then plateau. And the reason why is because at this new level, they feel like they have more to lose. They feel like it's even riskier, and their nervous system is not prepared to hold that yet. Hence, the results fall or they plateau. The risk feels better. And in a way, it is. The larger the consequence, the larger level of bold equals the larger reward or fortune. So it is true. But here's the thing. This really is something that we need to become acquainted with, because what I just explained is how it works. What got you here won't get you there. So what we desire is sometimes exponential or at least steady levels of growth, which means you need to make steady levels, or I don't even know if steady is necessarily the case, but to get to a new level, you have to make the corresponding bold move to get there. You have to move in alignment of the results that you want to take. So we need to, one, understand how this works, which is what we're doing right now, but also get comfortable with holding this in our nervous systems and understanding that this is partly what we signed up for. If you want to create a big life, if you want to create non-linear, illogical results, you have to be prepared to move in a non-linear, illogical way sometimes. And the really cool part about this is, as entrepreneurs, one of the things that we kind of have to learn to get really comfortable with, or you're in the process of learning this and getting comfortable with, is uncertainty, right? Unlike someone with a more conventional job or career, we do not necessarily know where the next client is coming from, or we don't know how the next launch is going to go. We don't know how much money exactly we're going to make this year, or how our business is going to be impacted by external forces like the economy. So the good news is we're already getting primed and ready to make bold moves. Being an entrepreneur in and of itself is a bold move. Having your own business in and of itself is a bold move. So the really good news is you're already in the arena for miracles. Hence, the lack of ceiling that each of us has on our potential results. When it comes to our potential results, the limit does not exist. So we're already in the arena. And the game and how you score the points and the amount of points that you score can be found in the moves that you make. And the bolder the move, the bigger the result. So there is going to come a time when you reach a fork in the road that demands a certain level of move from you. There will come a time when you get an opportunity for a leap to create that level of results that you actually want. And how you know that a leap is required in this moment of time is if the results that you have been getting or that you're currently getting or have been getting for quite some time, if those results are far from the results that you're actually desiring. If that's the case, let's say you feel like you've been plateaued or you're at this level and you know that you want to be 2, 3, 4, 10 steps above it or 10 levels above it, that's your sign that a bold move is required. You're ready for a bold move, but it's up to you to make it. And again, the bigger the move, the bigger the results potential, hence the term leap. So what got you here will not get you there. That is what this alludes to. You want a higher level of outcome, you must move at a higher level. Fortune favors the what? The bold. So every day, every single day, if you're still breathing, you have a new opportunity to be bold. And it's your decision whether you seize that opportunity and take the results to the next level or not. Now, there is no right or wrong here. There's no right or wrong decision or move. It's simply an opportunity to take a calculated risk. And what is a right or wrong move for you? And let's go into calculated because I think that that's very important too. This doesn't mean we're leaping into the dark at any direction. This doesn't mean that we're taking a shot in the dark. Calculated means it's intentional. It's what's required. It's a bold move in the direction of the fortune that you seek to create. So this is one of my all-time favorite quotes because I have seen it proven again and again. I cannot tell you, I could write a book and maybe I will one day. That would actually be a really cool idea. But I could write a book and fill a book of examples of how this quote has been proven in my own life and in the women that I work with's lives. So I want to leave you with a story today of one of my clients who literally shifted the trajectory of her entire life with one bold move. Now, I'm sharing this particular story because it's one of the most recent. And what I love about this particular story is from the outside looking in, if somebody were to see her current situation, if somebody were to hear her current results, her current knowledge in what she was wanting to do and create, and again, more so just know like her current situation, meaning in and outside of her business, logically and realistically, most probably would have advised her to not make the move that she ended up making. Most. This is why most people are broke. She made a move that from a logical financial viewpoint did not make sense. Not even a little bit. From a logical financial viewpoint. But the quote that we are talking about today is not logical finances favors the bold. As a matter of fact, logical finances favor linear, logical, safe moves. So if you want to make logical finances that make perfect sense to the average person, do not make bold moves. You are going to out-earn what you're going for. And then you're going to be disappointed. The quote is fortune favors the bold. And this client is in real time creating fortunes because of her bold move that made no sense to the majority of people, but it made sense to me and it made sense to her. even if she didn't realize at the time it made sense to her. It made sense enough that she did it anyway. Hence what's happening now. So here's the story. This client came into my world very casually. Very, very casually. She kind of crept in on the sidelines, did a few of my low ticket offers, did one coaching opportunity that was short term to where I got to know her a little bit. And what I gathered of her at the time was she had a really nice, extensive background in a few different areas. She had a wealth of knowledge and she had experience, but in a few different areas, right? It was kind of patchworked a little bit. And what she was wanting to do was build an online business and build a brand and create results similar to the way that I do and a lot of you do online. And when it came to online entrepreneurship, she had not a clue what she was doing. She wasn't even brand new because she hadn't even really gotten started. She's just kind of watching from the sidelines, learning a little here and there. But in terms of what to do next and how to go about building what she wanted and creating those results, she was at a complete loss. Now, she had a few opportunities to move into something more hands-on with me, a little bit more high level with me. And I actually went back and I looked at emails because I remember anytime, so what I typically do in my business is if you do any kind of offer with me, low ticket or a masterclass, I'm always going to give you an opportunity to go deeper, to go to a higher level if you enjoy working with me. That's my business model. And I remember there were a few times she would email me back and she would very politely say that she really wanted to do the next opportunity, but was quote, financially out of reach at the moment. And a few examples, we know a lot of the examples, but credit card debt, financial restraints, you name it, right? Every excuse not to move. Quote, financially out of reach. So she didn't move. Then, maybe a few weeks later, I had an idea for a 24-hour special for one of my highest level coaching opportunities. And she responded to this email and she said, quote, "Is this still available? I have no idea how I'm going to pay, but I really want to. Can we hop on a call?" Now, in this moment, of course, I have a perspective on the situation. Of course, my brain wants to be logical and wants to take past data to make a future prediction. So if I were to go on past data for this particular client, my brain logically would have typecast this as a waste of time to do a call with her. She already said she wasn't able to. She already said that it was, impossible or it was out of reach. Why waste my time? Why get my hopes up and do a call with her? That would be the logical brain thing to do. And that's what a lot of people do. Unfortunately, they take past data and they let it dictate or infiltrate or influence what is possible in the future. This is how people keep themselves stuck and stagnant. Luckily, I know enough and I have enough faith in women that it doesn't matter what happened in the past. It doesn't matter what happened up until this point. Everything can change based on somebody's decision. Everything can change. So I very happily agreed to a call and we got on. She asked very good questions, making sure that this opportunity was in alignment with what she needed. So she knew enough. She knew that what got her here won't get her there. And she didn't know the moves that would get her there, right? She never run an online business before. She's never launched anything before. She had never navigated entrepreneurship in this way before. So she knew that if she kept trying to go it alone, chances are she would keep getting the same results. And those results were not satisfactory to her. So we got clear that this offer she was inquiring about would be the level of support that she was looking for. And I was able to explain that, yes, based on the goals that she had for her business, this is a great move for her. And I felt very confident about that. And I expressed to her that I would love to work with her. And then she asked, well, what do you think? What do you think I should do if you were in my shoes? And she made it very clear the situation she was in, which logically would not have made sense to move in this direction. Logically. So she said, what do you think? What do you think I should do? If you were in my shoes, what would you do? And I told her, I'm not in your shoes. I've been in your shoes, but we are not the same person. I cannot, nor will I ever, tell any woman what I think she should do in this regard. And I said, this is a decision between you and God. This is a very important moment. I said, there is no right or wrong. I would love to work with you, but this is a move that you have to make and a decision that you have to make on your own. And there's no pressure. There will always be other opportunities to leap. So I do not want you to feel pressured, but I will never tell you what I think that you should do in this moment because I'm not you. This is not my life. This is your life. I don't have to live with the repercussions of this decision. You do. So, and by the way, one thing too that a lot of people get confused about with my particular work is they think like to work higher level, you have to be a higher level business. For some coaches, that's their thing, right? Like you can't come into a certain mastermind or whatever unless you're like at 6 figures already. For me, my stance always has been and always will be, I don't give a flying you know what level you're currently at. All I care about is where you're going and where you know you're going and your commitment to making it happen. If you're committed and you're ready to go, I will link arms with you. And this woman is an example of that because she said, I don't even know, what are the levels or the women, what level business are they at in this group? I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you know what you want. And the only question is do you want to move now or not? That's it. So we got off the call and later that afternoon, she leaped. She joined. I was completely 50. I wouldn't say that, honestly. I would say if you had asked me in real time what I think she would do, I would probably be 75-20. 75% of me thought she was probably going to make the leap. 25% wondered if maybe fear would get the best of her. But it didn't. It did not. So this was in December of 2024, just a couple months ago. Since then, since making this moment and getting in this space, this woman has successfully launched multiple offers, one of which did better than mine the first time I launched my version. So she did a membership, I did a membership. First, she got better results than I did the first time I launched mine. Okay, this is less than 8 weeks from making this decision when she was what you would consider an infant in this space. And now she is successfully launching offers. She now has also launched a podcast. And what's even more mind-bending than the literal business moves and the results that she's made since she made this move is the energetic and almost physical transformation of this woman that I have witnessed in real time take place. If I would have had to describe my client after speaking with her for the first time, I would have probably said that she's very kind, but unsure of herself, unsure of what she wants, and lacks confidence. But now I would describe her as very kind and fierce, laser focused, masterfully creative, and an absolute world changer. And I say world changer because this woman's mission is bigger than my own. As a matter of fact, this woman's mission is bigger than anybody else that I know, that I've even heard of. Her mission is so big, logically, it doesn't make sense. But she's not interested in logical results. Big world-changing goals are not logical. This transformation took place in 2 months. And this has nothing to do with me. Nothing. This has everything to do with the level of bold that she chose in December and the level of bold that she continues to embody every single day. I simply had the good fortune of being the match for the bold move that she desired to make in that moment. She knew what she wanted, and she knew that she didn't know how to make it happen. She wanted to collapse time, she wanted a mentor, and she desired to take a calculated risk by joining me in one of my containers. And in doing so, she went from a woman who wanted the thing but wasn't sure how she was going to make it happen to the woman who wanted the thing and made it happen. Do you hear the difference in that? I want the thing, but I don't know how. I want the thing and I will make it so. The power has and always will lie in you. Forever. You are the only one who can make these moves. You are the only one who can keep you stuck. She moved and everything shifted. Everything shifted. So I want you to picture a kaleidoscope. You know when you look through a kaleidoscope? When you move, it's like that's how this works. That's what I picture the universe and everything happen, like the butterfly effect. You make a move and everything is like you can't even imagine all of the pieces that are moving and bowing and shifting in your favor because of the move that you made. This works and will continue to work for her as long as she continues to move in alignment with what it is that she wants. Why this doesn't work sometimes is because people will make the bold move thinking that the bold move is the magic thing, right? I'm going to join this thing. I'm going to make this move. And then poof, everything will work for me. Everything will be fixed. Everything will be better. No. You have to hold the energy. So when this doesn't work for people, it's because they make the bold move and then they crumble under the pressure. And then they self-sabotage, or they don't continue to hold the energy. They don't continue to move in alignment. And then they create results that are not what they needed to be worth it. AKA they leap and they don't land on their feet. They face plant. That is the risk that you're taking. It's called a risk for a reason. That's part of it. Otherwise, we'd all be doing this. So to land on your feet looks like leaping and holding that energy and fully committing to the leap. I think of this too as like walking in front of a swinging door, wanting the door to open for you, and knowing all you have to do is push it open and walk through. But it's like walking in front of a swinging door, wanting it to open and barely tapping it. Technically, you moved, but your results will be in proportion with your actions. So that's what a lot of you are doing. That's what I have caught myself doing many times. I'm saying I want these certain results, but my moves look like me walking up to the door and barely tapping it and getting this tiny reaction and wondering why this is so. and why God hates me and why I'm not cut out for this. If you want the door to open for you, push that bitch and then walk through it. That's how you make it happen. Push the door and walk through it, and don't stop walking. Fortune favors the bold, not the lukewarm, the bold. So I hope this inspires you today. Go be bold if it's time. And I will see you here next week. I love you.